morning. This is 52G Energy of Food. So, a couple things to note here. Bond energy is chemical potential energy. Energy is stored in bonds and made of moving electrons. The law of conservation of energy states that energy is not created or destroyed. It is transferred one type of energy to another type of energy, or from one place to another place. um, Living organisms need energy to live and grow. And there's energy found in every living person. So these are different types. So we have heat, electricity, sound, mechanical, chemical potential, all different types of energy. Next, according to the law of conservation of energy, energy transfers into other energy. So where does the energy living organisms need come from? And the answer is food. All right, so the energy that living organisms need comes from food. You can type that in there. Next, so food contains bond energy, and in your body, the food is changed into smaller packets of energy called ATP. This is something you'll learn more about in biology next year, but food can also be changed into other types of energy. Um, So from here, what you guys are going to do is watch this potato chip demo. You watch this clip, and then that will help you fill in these two blanks. So the answer to these two blanks are in this clip. So click on that, watch it, and moving on along. This is some background information. So during photosynthesis, plants convert sunlight into bond energy. Carbon dioxide plus water plus sunlight energy becomes glucose, sugar, and oxygen. That is this reaction that occurs. The glucose sugar contains chemical potential energy stored in chemical bonds that can be used by an animal that eats the plant. This stored energy in the glucose sugar is released by the animal when the glucose bonds are broken during the process of cellular respiration. Glucose sugar plus oxygen becomes carbon dioxide plus water plus energy used by the organism for living. We will measure the amount of energy stored in a food sample by releasing the food's energy all at once as heat during burning. The heat energy of the burning food will be transferred to water, causing the temperature of the water to increase. By measuring the change in temperature of the water, you will be able to calculate the energy absorbed by the water and then determine the energy released by the food because the energy absorbed by the water should equal the energy released by the burning food reaction because the reaction follows the law of conservation of energy. So that was a lot of words, but we do it in the next slide. So what you need to do is click to watch this lab video here. All right, so click to watch the lab video here, and then so that you know what's going on, and these aren't just looking like random numbers. So watch the lab video, see what this is talking about. It's doing what we just read on slide 4, but so that it makes more sense. And then you're doing some calculations. So D, you're finding the temperature change, which is the final temperature minus the initial temperature. So that's going to be B minus C here. So this one minus this one. And then E is our change in energy absorbed by the water. And how we calculate that is we have our two variables that we were looking a lot into this week, our mass and our temperature. And then we also included this 4.184, which is the C value, which we haven't talked about, but it's another factor that influences energy. So you want to do the mass, which is located in row A, times 4.184 times our change in temperature, which is what you will have found in D. And that is the energy of water. And then for F, we want our change in energy of the Cheeto burning, that part of the reaction. All right. And so this little blurb on the right will help you. So basically, we measured the temperature change of the water to calculate the energy change of the water. The energy change of the burning Cheeto reaction is going to be roughly equal to the change in the energy absorbed by the water because the energy that the water gained was transferred from the Cheeto. And we need to follow the law of conservation of energy. So everything that the water gained had to come from somewhere, and it came from the Cheeto. So that's why those two energies are equal. So F should be the same number as E. And then lastly, for G, if the system is the Cheeto burning, is that an exothermic or endothermic reaction? Meaning, is heat exiting the Cheeto or is heat entering the Cheeto? Slide 6 here. Complete the table and then answer the question. This one we've done plenty of. So hopefully we're good with number 1. For number 2, it says, based on our experimental data. Oh, but for number 1, don't forget to place the arrows. People forget to drag those sometimes. And for this one, I just want to know, is the heat going from the water to the Cheeto or from the Cheeto to the water? That's why you have a left to right or right to left. For these ones, make sure they go from the hotter thing to the colder thing. So they should be like the end of it should be on the colder thing, and then it should be pointing. Sorry. I did not mean that. Hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold. The end of it should be on the hotter thing, and then it should be pointing to the colder thing. I might have said it right the first time. I don't remember. Anyways, so question number 2. Based on our experimental data, each gram of Cheetos contains 2.7 calories, but the Cheeto package. So our experimental data, we got a huge number. We didn't get this 2.7 calories, but this is a different unit. So don't freak out if your number on the left side wasn't 2.7. It shouldn't be. But so just so you know, based on our experimental data, if we do a conversion, we get to 2.7 calories. But the Cheeto package said that each gram of Cheeto contains 5.7 calories. So it contains more calories. So our question is, why were our experimental results so different from what we would expect? Where did the missing energy go? Be complete. And so my recommendation to you is think about the surroundings. Think about kind of what we've been talking about the last couple days with the water and that type of stuff. So try your best on that one. It is a bit of a harder question, but you can handle it. All right. Last 2 here. We have last 2 slides. So cellular respiration and then photosynthesis. I'm going to do the one with cellular respiration, and then you guys will do the photosynthesis one. So basically what we have is a reaction going on here. This is the bond energy in food versus, and then it reacts to the energy that the body can use. So basically what happens in the reactants, our bonds are broken, so energy must be absorbed, and then in the products, bonds are formed, and so energy must be released. So energy absorbed from the surroundings is this number, 12,516. And then the energy released from the products is 15,144. So is more energy absorbed or more energy released during this reaction? Well, I have 12,000 absorbed and 15,000 released. So there is more energy released because the released number on this side, the red one, is bigger than the one that is absorbed. Therefore, is the reaction exothermic or endothermic? Because more energy is released than absorbed, that is exothermic because it is exiting. And more is released. And then this reaction occurs inside humans. How is this energy used? Or transferred into other energy in our body. And this can be a variety of answers. You can Google it if you want to have more answers, but like one of them, just one example, could be energy to move or to work out or play sports. Like it could be transferred to kinetic energy. Or you can Google other ones if you want to think about different ways. And then lastly, we have photosynthesis here. This one you guys can do on your own. It's following the same little format there. And that is what we have. Good luck. Try your best. Tomorrow we'll review. Monday's the quiz. Friday's makeup stuff, obviously. Okay, bye.